one more session of getting to walk down the path of fate. This week, we're starting exactly where we left off last week. Standing outside of the courthouse. Everybody having just come out of the shadow. Effectively thrashing the tome bearer of silence. But it got away. Every member of the group receiving the text message from Natalie saying, "Whatever you're doing, please stop." And unknown to the group, as they're standing there, and Aoife makes the comment that they need to go to Seattle now, and fumbling for her keys, off in the distance, in the driver's seat of Aoife's car, and where, Cassie? Anyway, off in Seattle, in the driver's seat of Aoife's car, Natalie is trying to hold on to life. By the time that everybody gets to a car that can house the other 5 members of the group, and they get it into gear, and they get on the road, the street that Natalie's still on is silent. There's no one there. There's just the thrum of the lights, the stink of the port nearby. Until eventually, she's finally free. And quite literally, the next minute after she dies, somebody finds her, and they can't find a pulse. So where we're going to pick up is a little bit of conversation on the way there. Remember, we all have choices that we're able to make, and that's how you end up walking down the path to fate. So Ben's behind the wheel, giving the currently probably angriest member of the party something to focus on.
We are going quite fast.
Very likely. It's especially after you guys hit the freeway, heading north to Seattle. It's pretty easy to pull a consistent 80 on there, if not a little bit faster. Especially given the fact that it's probably close to 1 a.m.
There's no one here, Ben.
fucking punch.
You got it.
So whose car are we in, given that Aoife's is presently attracting police attention?
Ben's 1970 Chevelle. It can fit 5, I think. It's got 2 bench seats.
Yeah, then you should be able to pretty easily fit 5.
I was about to say, if not, Courtney has a SUV, so...
Nah, we'll just say everybody's in the same car for the sake of everybody being in the same conversation. Okay, so is everybody just kind of gonna be, jaw set, grim determination, heading towards Seattle, or does anybody have anything that they wanted to bring up?
Ben is quiet, but also, like, incredibly, obviously, easily frustrated at this point. Like, everything seems to have him on edge at this point.
You know what? Is there a possible way of sending Virgilus ahead?
He, yes and no. He's not going to outpace the car. And, well, actually, no, because you're his anchor. So he has to stay within so far of you.
Okay. Crap.
It was a neat idea, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I knew we should have waited. Strike from a fortified position.
With what, Brooke? What did we not have?
I don't know.
We had its name.
A real plan, more information. We had its name. Great. That did a whole lot of shit good.
We had its name.
We need an entire work down on its weaknesses, on its fucking modus operandi, whatever.
We had its weaknesses. We had its ban. We had superior numbers. We had 2 double agents working inside to betray it. We had an ambush. We had a plan. The only thing we didn't have was a way to incapacitate its ability to fly, which the ambush was supposed to take care of that. We even had an ally.
Oh, really? How was the ambush supposed to take care of that?
Drop it.
Did anyone bring a fucking net? Did anyone even, I mean, like, okay, I know, like, owl bear or whatever, but did anyone think, oh, this thing can fly? Did anyone know it could fly? Does it have any other weakness? It's got a ban, okay, but, like, could I have like stabbed it with a fucking sword twice blessed by 3 Catholic nuns? What, Ben? What?
By the time we figured out the ban, if we hadn't made a move, it would have made a move. that was why we were in the rush.
Yeah, and rushing gets you killed. Or in this case, doesn't get you the monster killed.
Is now really the time for I told you so?
There's really only one time for that, and that's after it happened.
We don't even know what the status of Natalie is at the moment. So I told you so is just really fucking inappropriate.
Though honestly, she's fucking right.
It doesn't matter if she's right, it's just not appropriate.
I should have never brought all of you in on this. Should never even put it up to begin with.
Cassie's trying to say something, but it's doing the thing again. I cannot. Here.
So what I tried to say was, this was not you. If anything, this was me.
No, I'm the one who started the ball rolling on trying to get Natalie's problem fixed.
It was
Natalie's problem. I'm the one who's been bent up for giving these guys what they deserve. It's all I've done since we've started this whole thing.
gathering the team to make the strike wasn't a mistake. That was probably the smartest thing that we did.
We forgot one vital point of the plan, though. No one stayed with Natalie to make sure she would be okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was afraid of what would happen if that thing told it to Natalie to turn on whoever was staying with her.
I could have stayed behind. I could have stayed with her. Now we don't
I
know
will-
what's happened to her.
I was supposed to. At
Let's be
first.
honest, I was the safest bet to stay with.
Either one of us could have been a safer bet to stay with her.
Well, from what I understand, you can meet a final death.
For a friend, be worth it, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
I just can't believe it didn't work. We had almost every advantage I can think of.
At this point, you guys are, given that you are pedal to the metal, quite just about. You guys are already entering Seattle. You cut down what would normally be a 35-minute drive down to about 10. And at this point, you do have to slow down, where you're going to both miss your exit and have to deal with potentially being pulled over by the police. So, do you slow down, or are you gonna keep going?
Ben drops it just slightly. He's pushing it.
You are driving within city limits and just dropping it a little bit from about 100.
No, he drops it to a limit where most cops won't bug them, but he's still probably going over the speed limit.
Okay, it's like doing the traditional 10 over kind of a deal. Got it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. From Aoife's GPS, you guys know that you will be there within like 4 minutes.
I think as soon as we can get to a point where Verglis can check on her ahead. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because he can't travel faster than the car.
Correct.
I keep thinking I want to send him ahead, but yeah, you can't travel that fast.
If this was D&D and you guys are traveling by foot, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you guys are approaching, because I'm assuming that given the Aoife having to navigate like turn here, turn there, um, is Ben still even acknowledging stoplights, or is hello?
I'm thinking, sorry.
Okay.
Question for a non-native. How many, Actually, no, fuck that too.
If you're gonna ask about alleys, they're just about non-existent in Seattle.
No, I was going to ask about, like, automated, the cameras that take your picture.
Oh,
Automated
they're
all over
fucking
the place.
everywhere.
Yeah, all over the place.
But no, fuck that. It's Natalie, so Ben will take a ticket.
Okay.
Probably multiple.
Okay. Roll me. Well, here, I'll do it.
I mean, not only is she, our friend, but she's part of Ben's pack, and we made the pact. The pledge.
Yes, but trying to not screw over the rest of the people in the pledge. It like
Yeah.
it's the pledge is not you must be as stupid as possible, or else you get fucked.
I know.
So let me roll this.
Yeah, I mean it is just no willful betrayals.
Mhm.
Okay. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. You end up going through like 5 or 6 intersections and not a single light. Until you start seeing flashing lights. And a Starbucks with no more windows. Significantly fewer chairs.
Please tell me that's not where we're going.
That is exactly.
That was my car.
And you can see the car. Bumper up against a brick wall. Because just to make sure that everybody is thinking of this the same, I'll use white lines. So there's the Starbucks, right? Her car. Oh, no. Stop it. That's not how I wanted to do that. So there's the corner of the building that makes up the Starbucks. Her car went and did this number. Going through the building, and then stopped it with the bumper against a brick wall. You see like 3 police cars or police cruisers. You see a fire truck. You do not see an ambulance.
Okay.
But everybody, all of the emergency responders there seem to be fairly casual, as if most of the excitement has already passed.
Well, that's a good sign, right?
Okay. Well, as we're
With
as we're as
with 3 teenagers that are sitting against the back of one of the cruisers, talking to a couple of the cops that are taking notes.
I mean, that's a
okay
good sign, right? The
as
ambulance come and gone. She's okay, right? She's
well
or in the hospital, right? Right?
when uh when the car comes to a stop and we're starting to get out, then I'm going to send Vergus up to find out what's going.
Which I guess that's the question. Ben, you're in the driver's seat. Are you going to stop? How far away are you? If so, how far away?
Everyone hang on to something. And he hits the brakes. And brings the car to a rather screeching halt. Out. I'll go park.
I hop out.
I hop out too.
Yep. And as I'm hopping out,
There we go.
Vergus, go check it out, please.
His eye kind of lowers as if in a nod, and he floats away through the twilight. You oh, that's right, because you see all spirits and ghosts at all times. You can't turn it off. It's great.
When he told Burgess to go, I
Hooray!
turned on my sight.
Okay, so you see the faint shadow, like smoky silhouette, we'll call it, of Verglis float away.
Yeah.
Towards the stuff. Ben, you're heading to go park, so you'll be a minute. You actually, just immediately down the road that you were looking is already the same parking garage that Aoife stashed the car at.
Okay.
So what are the rest? Well, first, what I need to explain is Courtney, Ozymandias.
Yep.
What you see as you are looking over this is that there are spirits of, like, the tragedy comedy mask.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine one of the tragedy masks with, like, there's no body it's connected to. There's no head it's connected to. There's just these arms that come out the back of the mask made out of just raw blackness that are just resting on the shoulders of these kids.
Oh, that's not good.
And you can tell that it's just feeding off of how they feel. Azel, whose power is from feeding off of emotions of people, you feel this. You feel regret. You feel concern. You feel resignation. And then, as far as one last thing that your spirit eyes see there, Ozymandias, and Aoife as well, and you see this one very clearly. There are human-shaped ghosts floating over the whole of the scene.
Oh no.
Just kind of watching. Like, you can tell from the looks on their face, they don't really know or understand what's going on here. They came to it.
Has it just gone quiet? Or did I lose it?
I don't know, can anybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
I can
I hear you.
Okay. So,
I
what are
think
the
at
rest
this
of you going
point,
to do?
I think at this point, Courtney's starting to slow down as the horror of the situation is kind of sinking in about what's happened.
Yeah, Aoife's slowing down quite a bit too.
Cool.
It's
Su-
alright.
Tsukiko, who has no additional like sensory input for all this, they all get out of the car, kind of eager to start moving forward, and the two spirit looker peoples kind of slow down. Basil, after you're feeling all of the things that you're feeling off of these people, are you just, what are you doing?
Also slowing down.
And Tsukiko?
Like, no.
Mika?
Wondering why they're slowing down.
Well, Courtney has the expression of sadness. He's like he knows what's happened, even though he doesn't. He's guessing pretty heavily what's happened.
Mm-hmm. About the same for Aoife.
I mean, come on. Just because they regret it doesn't mean it was, that bad. They might not know.
It's more than just that.
One of the cops looks over, sees you guys, and he starts walking over. It kind of gives you like as close to a casual wave as he can. Hey there, folks. Gonna have to ask you to stay back. Which
What happened?
looks like there was a car accident, but
Is the driver okay?
I'm not hearing you, Cassie. I'm still not hearing you. In response to the whole "is the driver okay" thing, he's like, "That's the thing for the paramedics. I'm just this is a thing just happened. Obviously, I can't information about it, guys."
That's
She was our friend. Or she is our friend.
Aoife says, that's my car.
Really. And he kind of like, you can tell that he's not dismissing your claim, but he's got to do his like little due diligence thing as he steps between you and the car so that you can't see it. He says, "And what's the license plate?" And he pulls up his little notebook.
I tell him my license plate number.
And tab expiration.
I tell him that too. If
All right.
you look at the registration,
This is really loud. Okay. Okay. So at that point, he kind of makes a gesture to like beckon you over. And as he's walking Aoife closer towards the scene, you'll see that the car, like, it's mostly superficial damage. Some of the fiberglass paneling is a little bit cracked from when it went through a building, even if it was mostly just glass walls.
mm-hmm.
Driver's door is open and empty. and he gestures to a couple of the other cops. And he's like, we've got friends to deal with. And so, like, 3 other guys come walking over to each of you. And, like, you know, the first one walks up to Courtney. He's like, all right, come with me. Next one to Tsukiko, next one to Basil. And it's obvious that they're doing the whole, like, we need to split you up so we can get testimony without interruption, etc. And they pretty much all start with the same thing. You know, how are you? And we're pretty much just going to go down the row for each of you, because they're going to be all asking the same questions.
Mm-hmm.
How are you related? You know, Aoife, it's like, so I understand this is your car. Why did they have your car tonight?
We just swapped cars because mine is better getting up or from Tacoma. So.
All right. Osmandius.
We're friends, and out of character, would I mention that we also live together?
That's up to you. I mean, does he think of himself as living at the
No, not
the
really.
Haven?
So never
And
mind.
also, does he remember that Natalie is officially dead?
That he does remember. So he's trying not to get too specific, but uh, you know, he just says that they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she was a regular customer of hers, and they just sparked up a friendship.
Okay. Tsukiko. Tsukiko. I can enunciate today.
She is also my friend.
Because keep in mind, you are answering completely independent of everybody else. They separated you from everyone else, and so you have your own cop to
Yeah.
talk to. So what? So okay. So how do you know her and what was going on tonight? So okay. So you were her friend, but what was up?
I activate awe at this point for the cop.
I mean, keeping in mind that this all works.
It does?
Yep. Because in the one you've been listening to, they're playing 5th edition.
No. I know that.
Okay.
I'm telling you on a roll to have awe up.
Why does it look like most of Awe got deleted? There we go. Okay. So go ahead.
Is there any modifiers? I
Nope.
forget.
Okay. So you are now successfully especially charismatic. You definitely have his attention.
As I said, she is my friend.
Yes, but what was going on tonight?
As far as I know, she was out for a drive with another friend's car.
So you all were driving up here to... Because I'm assuming you're all friends then. But
Pretty much, yes.
To what end? I mean, you're all just driving up here to drive in circles.
To meet up.
So going out drinking or something.
Not quite.
Because you're the one that tried to leave it as, well, we were just friends. Okay, why are we gonna meet up?
Because we're friends, because we wanted to meet up here. Is there a problem? Campus. So I decided to come up here and meet up. Since her car really doesn't travel well, she used another friend's car to get up here.
Okay, so then we'll cut to Brooke Basil Brooke.
Basil standing there at attention.
All right, so obviously you guys know each other. What
Yep.
was going on?
We were just meeting up. I don't think anyone had any set plans. Or if we did, I wasn't informed. You know how.
Yeah, the last person to find out usually when you get there. All right. So then the next thing that happens is, Ben, it does not take you long to get this car parked. Again, it was just like with when Natalie was here, it was a fairly public building, so it's not there wasn't even a gate to get in. But I should say there wasn't even a paid gate to get in. You get your little parking slip so that it can keep track of how many people are in the building, and so it can let you know if there's no available parking. You get the car dropped off, and you round the corner to see that everybody's talking to their own cop. And we will say that Courtney is the first one that catches sight of you.
Bennett is approaching it practically a full run.
The cop talking to Courtney kind of sees you at the corner of his eye. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up, bud! Hold up!"
He's with us.
Okay. Oh, I saw the car go past, so that was you driving. All right, yeah, that I get you. Makes sense. Sorry, it's fucking late.
No, I understand.
Okay. He as he's looking at his soda, he's kind of like, actually, either of you guys want this?
I'm good.
He looks over Ben, just kind of like gently offers the can,
No, I'm okay.
shrugs, takes a sip. All right, so can you guys? Actually, we're gonna cut back to Aoife, and it's pretty much again same question, just different context here. Do you know why she might have lost control of the vehicle tonight?
I honestly don't know. I hadn't heard from her, and so I decided to check my car's GPS because I'm paranoid about that kind of thing. My friend takes my car up to Seattle, I just That's why we got here. Because I had no idea we hadn't heard from her. And then it's here.
I appreciate the fact that none of that warrants a subterfuge because she's being completely honest. She's just omitting the fact that they were fighting her.
I really like is that I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna come hang out. And she's like,
Hey,
we
I
were
haven't
coming to
tried to
check on
tell
her.
a
I don't know what's
story
going
yet.
on.
I don't know what could have happened.
He reaches into the back window of his patrol car, pulls out a blanket, and just kind of holds it out to you.
She takes it.
Because actually, as an additional context, guys, it's like 40 degrees outside right now. Ben probably gives no fucks.
I do give no fucks.
She didn't drink and
Wait.
drive. She didn't text and drive either, really. Like,
Okay. So at that point, we're going to go ahead and cut back to Ben or to Wendigo and Ozymandias and their cop, and it ends up being the same question. So, I mean, you guys can probably see from the little debris trail and all that, but do you have any idea why she would have lost control of the car and gone through a Starbucks? Besides out of character, besides her player's violent hatred of current coffee shops?
I knew you did that on purpose. Like, well, she really hated Starbucks since she worked there, and she has a grudge.
I knew you did that on purpose too.
Cheers.
Um, we weren't friendly enough to know like medical histories, but random things happen all the time.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I mean, is she okay?
No.
Like,
I-
how?
I personally don't know. All I know is paramedics are not in a rush getting her into the ambulance. I was the last guy on the scene. But after we're done talking, I'll get you in touch with the guys that have been here, and they can tell you what you need.
Out of character, at this point, I'm contemplating feigning passing out to go into the spirit world.
So the spirit world would never be a place that she would end up, because this.
Well,
Because-
but I was thinking about talking to the ghosts that are hovering around.
Yes, they are in Twilight. They are on this side of the gauntlet. The shadow is on the other side of the gauntlet.
But they
It's a
might know.
reflection.
They might know what's happening.
But can you project into the Twilight?
I thought I could.
Projection to. Here, go ahead and double check that in the book.
Okay.
And Josh, you were having Ben say something.
No, he just says that he doesn't know, which is technically the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He is admitting that he has an inkling as to why she had a problem, but not,
we have no idea what the Albert was doing, so I mean.
Yeah, we don't know that. So technically, when he says he does not know, he's telling the truth. But
Okay, so and Jimmy, I did find it. Yes, you do have projection too, so you can project into the Twilight. You would have to spend a point of essence and make a roll. At which point your body goes limp and inert. You would read. Your body would read as dead.
Oh no. Okay, that's a good That's not a good thing to do right now.
He was so shocked he just died.
The shock of the accident killed Courtney.
And internally, Ben would just be screaming like, "You fucker! We talked about this."
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Because, like, if they checked for a pulse, there would be a pulse. What it reads as, while the purified is away from their body, it remains alive, but in a deep coma. If left for more than one full day, the coma deepens can only be distinguished from death by medical examiner. That's the part, so that's where I was misremembering it. So you could drop completely unconscious and just pass out from the, oh no, oh, I need a couch, thump.
On to Ben. Okay? Make Ben catch you.
I don't think Ben's gonna catch him. Trust fall. Why does my head hurt when he comes back to his body? Well, you trusted me, and I am being petty.
I fucking told you not to do it. I fucking told
Just
you.
for asking how many times I ate a body. God damn it.
No, I won't do it. It was a thought though.
Well, so that's one of the things though, because you can, yeah, so like you can see, because yeah, you can see into the twilight, but you cannot interact with the ghosts without being there, because they can't see you anyway.
Well, no, and that's what I figured. It's just I was thinking that I could ask them, or maybe I might be able to just tell. Can Vergless access the Twilight, or is he just firmly?
Vergless exists in the twilight. Yes, so you could have him relay questions. If you trust his mannerisms to properly come across.
You know, I gotta kind of trust him. So
No, I'm going to interpret Matt speak. That means no. Do not trust him.
I mean, he
Remember
calls
what happened to the rats.
that they were inconvenient, so I didn't see them. Anyway, so we're gonna cut to Tsukiko and her cop. Same question. And he, again, kind of gesturing at the debris trail. Do you have any idea why she might have lost control of the vehicle?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what would cause her to lose control.
He just kind of nods and makes a note. And Basil. And
I don't know what happened. Do you know if she's okay?
She kind of gets almost the same response as Ben and Courtney, and he just kind of shakes his head and he's like, it's looking like everybody else is about done talking about stuff. And he just kind of pops onto his radio and like, Smith, you guys done over there? And Ben and Courtney, you guys hear that? He pops up onto his thing. And he doesn't even like reach for his radio. He just kind of turns around and he nods at the guy. And you see all the other cops just kind of turn. They all just kind of that nonverbal check in, and okay, cool. So they kind of bring everybody back together, and then the guy that was talking to Tsukiko kind of leans back against his patrol car. You guys are across the street from where those kids are at. He's like, all right, so keeping in mind this is functionally an open investigation. Miss Moore, you will need to be getting in touch with the police department to verify information, get everything squared away. We will be needing to take the car for tonight because we have to double check some things. Pretty much about he points at the corner of one of the buildings where there's a street camera that that Starbucks set up for obviously their own reasons. They have fucking glass walls for their store. And he says, we will be pulling footage tomorrow. But what it looks like is something happened. We don't know if she was intoxicated. We don't know if it was cardiac arrest or something. But she lost control of the vehicle. Put both feet on the pedals. And went through the building. Then drifted to a stop. It was never at any point a heavy impact. But by the time those kids over there got on the scene, they're the ones that called it in. By the time they got onto the scene, they, to their credit, did everything that they were supposed to. But by the time paramedics arrived on scene, they tried to resuscitate and to do so as they left.
Fuck.
So, given that this is a currently open investigation, immediate friends and family, by all means, let them know what's going on. If you have any additional questions, and he pulls out like one of those little pop open little business card things out of his pocket, and he just starts pulling one out for each of you. And as he's handing him out, just if you have any additional questions or any other information of something that we should be looking into, let us know. But aside from that, I do apologize, but that's kind of what I've got for you.
By the time he finished his speech, Caitlin was like squatting, like able to really stand up more.
So,
Just
do you know what? I mean, you said they were still trying as they put her in the ambulance.
They for about he double checks his notes. About 15 minutes, trying to see if they could get anything. But let's be honest, medically speaking, if you're performing CPR and you have no visible injuries, if you don't have breathing and subsequently heartbeat within a few minutes, that's kind of it.
Do you know what hospital she went to?
You see him kind of like waffling on this.
Don't worry about it. He's basically saying she's dead.
Yeah.
Without saying it.
He kind of makes a gesture towards Basil and just trying to be polite and gentle about it, but yeah. She officially speaking, when the report is filed, within the public record, it will be that she was dead on arrival. Could not be resuscitated. She's not going to hospital.
Ben, go get the car.
Do Do I need to go now? She's asking the officer.
Out of character, what do you mean by do we need to go now? You stopped talking again. But no, he just kind of shakes his head. And, no, you don't need to deal with it right now. Call tomorrow. They'll let you know if they need any additional information before they can release the vehicle back into your possession. You're still not talking.
Come on, everyone. Let's just go. Ben starts heading back to the car. Did I lose everyone?
Can you hear
I can
anyone,
hear you.
Josh?
Now I can hear you all.
Okay. Anyway, so go ahead and repeat your thing, Cassidy, for the recording.
So she, before, uh, before she and Yumiko turned completely around.
And now I think I lost you guys again.